All right, my friends, are you ready for the final steps of this implementation? First, we're going to visualize the training set results, and second, we will visualize the test set results. So let's do this. Let's start by creating a new code cell, and there we go. Now we just want to plot on a nice graphic the real salaries compared to the predicted salaries. So basically, we're going to have a 2D plot with the x-axis being the numbers of years of experience, from 1 to 10, and the y-axis being the salaries, in the range of salaries given in this data set. And so we will plot in red points the real salaries and in a blue straight line the predicted salaries, okay? And we will do that both for the predictions in the training set and the predictions in the test set. Are you ready? Let's do this. We're going to first call matplotlib. As a reminder, it has the shortcut PLT. Actually, what we're going to call is exactly the pyplot module from the matplotlib library, and this is what is having the PLT shortcut. So there we go. Let's start by calling pyplot PLT, and then we're going to call a specific function from this module, which is called scatter. And scatter will allow us to put the red points, corresponding to the real salaries in the 2D plot. Okay, so naturally what we have to input here are the coordinates of these red points representing the real salaries, and these coordinates are nothing else than x-train and y-train, right? Because remember, the x-axis will be the numbers of years of experience, that's what is contained in x-train, and the y-axis will be the salaries, and that is what is contained in y-train. So here, in scatter, here we just have to input the coordinates. First, x-train for the numbers of years of experience, there you go, and then y-train for the salaries. Okay, and then we can add another argument, which is color, and which will allow us to choose a color of these points. And as we said, we're going to choose red. Perfect. Then, next step is to plot the regression line. So remember from the intuition lectures, the regression line is the line of the predictions coming as close as possible to the real results, to the real salaries. And therefore, the predictions, the points corresponding to the predicted salaries will follow a straight line, right? As in a linear function. And therefore, here we're not going to use the scatter method, we're going to use the plot method, because that's what we use to plot the curve of a function. And since our function is linear, it will actually be a straight line. All right, so there we go. Let's call first the PLT module, pyplot. Then from this module, we're going to call the plot function. There you go. And in this function, well, same as in the scatter function, we have to input the coordinates of the point or line nodes corresponding to the predictions. So let's do this. According to you, what is the first coordinate of these predicted salaries? Well, that's of course x-train. Why is that? It's because right now we're visualizing the result of the training set. Okay, so these corresponds to the numbers of years of experience of the employees in the training set. That's the x coordinates. Okay, now we're going to input the y coordinates. And according to you, which ones are these? Well, it's something we haven't created yet. We created actually the ypred variable containing the predicted salaries of the test set, but we haven't created a vector containing the predicted salaries of the training set. And that's totally fine. What we'll actually enter here as the y coordinate of this plot we're about to make are going to be exactly the predicted salaries of the training set. And to get them, I'm going to copy this and paste that right here. But instead of inputting here xtest, I'm going to input actually xtrain, because calling the predict method on xtrain, meaning on the numbers of years of experience of the employees in the training set, will get me exactly the predicted salaries of the training set. All right, just as before with predict xtest. So xtrain, yes, and then just as before, we're going to choose a color, which this time will be blue, right? So that we can clearly see the difference between the real salaries and the predicted salaries. Okay, so this will plot the regression line. Now, next step, what can we do? So here we're going to add a title, and to do this, we have to call the title function, and inside, in the parentheses, we just have to input in quotes, well, the title we want for our graph. And so let's say salary versus experience. Okay, you can choose any other title if you prefer another one. So salary versus experience, and then we're going to specify the training set, because Indeed, then we'll do the same for the test set. Now, we're just going to add a label to the x-axis and to the y-axis. And for this, we have to use the xLabel function, into which we have to input, well, the label we want to display on the x-axis. And we're going to choose, in quotes, of course, years of experience. All right, good. Now, we're going to copy this because we're going to do the same for the y-axis. And the name of the function for this is ylabel. And for the ylabel, well, we will choose to display salary. Okay? And finally, in order to show the graphic, well, we just had to finish here with plt.show, the show function, and this will display the graphic in the output.